How do you rank his season so far? There's still quite a fair bit of football to go in the Premier League. They have another cup final. But if you look at where they are now in the table, the fact that they're one of the favourites now to get Champions League football along with Newcastle, I think Spurs probably a bit too far out of it, as are Aston Villa. In fact, they got the trophy. The last trophy they got was under Mourinho, and they've got it.
Listen,
they could have two.
Yeah, they could have two, as you said. It's going to be a difficult game against Man City, but it's a one-off game. Listen, he's been unbelievable. Listen, I've been a United fan, and since I can remember, and I was there as a 12-year-old boy, and the one thing I think United's missed in the last few years was an identity and a DNA. Danny mentioned it with Tottenham. It's a similar thing. What he's brought back to the club is that spirit, that DNA, that identity all the way throughout the club. Bringing back the rules. Remember the Marcus Rashford incident where he was late? He dropped him, he was late, and that goes right through the club. It sends a message. The way he's handled Ronaldo, it seems a long time ago. And like you said, to get him into this position, playing better football and won a cup, he's got a chance of winning two. Listen, he's been unbelievable, and it's credit to him and what he's doing, and you can only see it, improving and getting better and better.
Yeah, for me, I couldn't agree more with what Simo said. His first season, winning one trophy, being in the final of another competition. Again, what Simo said, bringing an identity back to United, and he could have easily, gave an interview or a response to the Ronaldo situation, and he's just kept quiet and just got along with his job. So for me,
classy.
It's class. Yeah, it's class, and for me, I couldn't agree with what you said. It's been a very good first season, and 2 transfer windows. Give him one or two more, especially in the summer if they get the number 9 in.
Wow.
It could be exciting to see.
Well, you think about it as well. He had 2 in January. He's brought in loan players.
Yeah.
It's not like he's had lots of money to spend.
True.
And he won't have a World Cup to interfere with whatever they're planning for next year as well.
True.
What should Manchester United's aspirations be for next season in that case? Let's say they beat Manchester City and they have 2 cups, or even just the one, and they have Champions League football. Do they compete for the title next year? Would that be the target, do you think? I know it's a big ask.
Listen, I think for me it will all depend on the recruitment. That'll be the key. I think bringing in. We spoke about this when I was watching the game. How many players do we think they need to get to where City and Arsenal are at the moment? And I think 2 or 3 key players, not just players for the squad, key starters, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be trying to compete for the title.
You said man up front. In our pre-match conversation, you said Harry Maguire. Why you can't just leave Manchester United out if you have a chance to play? Well, how can you say no if Manchester United come knocking, and they've won a trophy, and they're going to be most likely more competitive than Spurs, if we're honest, next season, based on this season's trajectory?
But are we saying that Harry would say no?
I'm saying, do you think Harry Kane would say no? Do you think he should say no?
You're on the spot there.
If United came knocking with the right offer, obviously, depending on where Spurs finish and who's in charge next season, I think Harry will take that all into consideration. I don't think it's as clear as my mind's made up now, or Harry will want to know, as Simo said, what direction is the football club going. Even though I don't want to say time's running out, but I think he'll be 30 in the summer. So that'll be the first question that Harry will be asking, and I think he'll take into consideration how the season ends. But to give you a short answer, if United came knocking, we've been missing out on City 2 years ago. I don't think he'd. There's no way a player can say no again to a top. The top team.
Back as well.
I don't think you can say no, or not that he said no, but allow it to slip, so easily.
Do you think the trophy, the lack of trophies, matters to him? Because he's probably looking at some of his ex-teammates who've gone elsewhere and won trophies. Looking at Christian Eriksen, There's someone he played against today who's already won a trophy back in England, who's won a trophy in Italy as well.
I mean, I could give you. I was here 14 years. I could give you. No joke. I could give you
Dozens.
One season who've gone on to their next club and won something. So, you know, that is something for sure Harry will be thinking about. And, you know, I was having this debate, you know, 2 days ago. What would you take? You know, Prem leading scorer, Tottenham's all-time goal scorer. Yeah, exactly. And you know, one of my friends said, you know, I take the individual accolades, and me being he doesn't play football, but me being obviously a footballer, ultimately you're judged on, you know, winning. You know, you were in a team game. We're not playing as individuals. We're in a team game, and you know. I know that Harry would want a trophy to back up everything else that he's achieved.
Yeah, because honestly, I'm just trying to think where else would he go if he wants to try and break Shearer's record. So that's going to rule out European clubs, but City have Haaland. Yeah. Chelsea, possible. Arsenal, the allegiance, I don't think he would ever wear the Arsenal jersey. Liverpool's another shout there, but it seems like United are the ones who need a striker.
Sometimes something just works timing-wise, and I think we said before, I don't think the Chelsea one would work with the Tottenham fans. I think at the moment it just seems to fit that United need a 9. He's got a year left in his contract. They're on the up. You know, he wants to win trophies. If Harry Kane goes to Man United and delivers a title, he will go down in. Honestly, he'll be an absolute hero at Man United for life.
Like Van Persie did.
Exactly, like Robin Van Persie. He played 2 seasons at United, and no one associates him with Arsenal. They associate him with Man United.
You've hurt a lot of fans' feelings there.
I'm sorry, but it's
true.
And honestly, if he goes to United and as a United fan, if he goes there and delivers a title, listen, forget the Premier League goal scoring, beating Alan Shearer. Is a legend forever.
That'll be his mindset. What Samo just said. If I can go to United, even though he works as a team, but he'll be thinking, if I can go to United and deliver, you know. You know that's his mindset in general. If anyone's wondering what type of guy it is, that'll be his mindset.
Winner's mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
Another name. This is you guys would have been a bit younger. Cantona.
There you go.
Cantona from Leeds,
yep.
and then off to Manchester United. And we know the impact he had in the 90s.